Hi everybody and welcome to Shauna Stitches podcast. I am Shauna and this is my podcast that's going to be about knitting today. Sometimes I talk about some crochet and other fiber related crafts to include cross stitch, but not today. So I thought I'd try a little different setup today. It does seem kind of dark, but I did a test and held something up in front of the camera and the lighting there is pretty good. So hopefully I don't look too dark. Anyway, I wanted to record here. This is like one of my favorite spots. I have the fireplace going, not that you can really tell, but there you are. I do have a fireplace there and it's very cozy and I love my mantle and all that. So I keep forgetting to mention, but you can find me different places on the internet. Ravelry, my username is Shauna825. There you can see all of my projects. And there is a Shauna Stitches podcast group under the groups tab. So if you come join there, you can see all of our knit-alongs, all the members' projects they're working on. I have a thread for posting your whips and your finished objects and all that. So I hope you'll come over and check it out. And you can also find me on Instagram under Shauna Stitches, and I do post there quite often. I think that's everywhere that I use anyways. So the first thing I want to talk about is the knit-along. The knit-along's been going since January and is going to be over March 31st at the end of the day. And let me show you the prizes. So the knit-along is to do any pair of socks, and if you use my Kiss the Partridge heel, you get 2 entries, any sock 1 entry. So this is the Mermaid Party yarn, which is fabulous. That's one of the prizes. And I'm just doing one prize, so whoever wins this wins all 3. Okay, and then I just made this today. I'm calling it my Mermaid Party bag. And there you can see Ariel, and I think his name is Sebastian, I don't remember. And then the inside fabric, pink zipper. Inside fabric is pink and it has little gold anchors on it. So I thought that was kind of nautical themed and mermaid party. And then the last item of the giveaway prize is this journal, which again, just nautical themed. And I thought the seahorse was really cute. So yeah, go into your socks. Like I said, I'll be closing the thread probably actually on the 1st whenever I wake up, and then I'll be doing the drawing, and I'll probably do a special video just to announce the winner. I think we have currently 69 or 70 entries, so I'm really excited and I'm glad that everyone is participating. All right, so I'm just looking and seeing what I have to talk about. First things first, I do have a finished object over here. And that is my Grand Central, which is Mina's pattern, Mina Phillip of the Knitting Expat. Her Grand Central socks. And you can see the pattern. And I think the color's pretty good. It might be a little dark, but you get the idea. So this is the same yarn that I just showed, the Mermaid Party yarn. I did use my Kiss the Partridge heel. Rounded toe, 2.25 millimeter, 9-inch circular, 90 row leg, followed by a 20 row 2x2 cuff. And they're both the same. I really like that the speckling turned out close to the same on both socks. This one, oops, sorry, this one might be a little heavier, but not drastically so. So I really like those. Along those lines, I finally got myself a new box of socks box, and it says, "Love is patient, love is kind." I can't read upside down. So this box is quite a bit bigger than last year's box. Here you can see the inside and my unfolded measly 2 pairs of socks. So hopefully I'll get this full this year, we'll see. If not, I can always include Glenn's socks in here too, but I think they'll both fit. Along those lines, I have my second pair of socks for the month going. Glenn's March socks, which are all tangled up here. Oh my gosh, they are really tangled. Oh, it's stuck in the stitch marker. Well, I'll have to deal with that later. But again, Grand Central socks pattern, and this is all I've gotten done. These are not gonna get done for March, I can tell you that right now. These are done in ice yarn mini sock in a multi-green color. There you can kind of see it. There you go. So it's got like this pea green, a seafoam green, a dark green, and then like a white and gray combo. And I don't know why, I just haven't felt like knitting those lately. The Grand Central sock pattern is the March sock for Mina's sock collection, and it's a nice pattern, but it does take, I wouldn't say concentration, the one stitch in there is really fiddly and it just takes me a little while, so I just haven't felt like picking the other one up. And in case you're wondering what I'm drinking, this is champagne in my not champagne glass because I can. There's my logo on my wine glass. Oops, hard to see. It's like a sun and moon stars logo. All right, so the thing that I have been doing a ton of work on is my Find Your Fade. And here's what I've got so far. So I'm on color 4. And yes, this is not the easiest thing to show. So my color 1 is this black teal blue color, goes up to a black and multi-purple color, up to this gray and pink multi, and then now the current color I'm on, which is white, purple, pink, and orange. And yeah, this isn't easy. There you can kind of see, here I'll stand up, maybe it'll be easier. You can kind of see the colors there. I don't know, I've just been finding this really addicting, and I'm finally on the 4th lace section. I just started that. Hoping to maybe get that done by the end of the day today, but I'm not sure. We'll see how long it takes to edit the podcast. And I finally gotten to a few rows in actually to where it's not increasing anymore. So it's at the maximum amount of stitches. Now I just have to keep going. This half here is not, no, sorry. This half over here is shorter than this half, and it keeps getting shorter and shorter as it goes till eventually that little marker in the middle will be all the way over here, and then I'll be done. But that seems like forever. So my next colors, I forgot to grab them, they're over here. The next color is gonna be this yellow, pink, salmon, and purple, or purple, I can't think apparently, like a orangey red color, which is gonna tie into this brown, orange, and blue with tan. And the last and very least color is a blue, tan, white, and gray. So I'm interested to see how that all looks. I love adding the colors in. I will say, I really love how all of my colors fade together. Like clearly you can see that's stripes, but there's sections in there where like the pink, you know, where it really blends together well. And same thing here between the purple and the pink one. Like you can again see that it is striped, although it's very shaded just because my lighting's bad. But I think that those sections look really, really good. But then when I see my colors all stacked on top, like, I don't know. I don't love it as much as I could, but I think that I am gonna love it once it's all done. And honestly, once it's wrapped all around my neck, all the colors are just kind of gonna blend in together. Not that they'll blend, but they'll overlap each other, and I think it'll go pretty good. But on that note, I was looking at Knit Picks, and I saw that they have some pre-made, I won't call them kits because they're not really kits, but they've got some pre-picked out colors. And I honestly think that's the way to go for me because I'm not great at putting colors together. Like, I don't think I'm terrible at it, but I could certainly be better. But that being said, I mean, these were all yarns that were in my stash. That was my goal, not to buy yarn for it. But I do like that the Knit Picks, it's a chroma pack, is the one I'm interested in, called Broadway Colors or something like that. It's kind of bright. I will insert a picture because I'm in love with the colors. But they have like maybe 6 different pre-picked color sets. And right now they're on sale for $70, roughly $70, which I think is really good because when I was looking at buying yarn for it, you know, you're looking at easily 140 or more. I mean, 140 would be on the low end, so half of that I think is a really good deal. I've never used the Knit Picks Chroma Twist, but I have used the Knit Picks Chroma prior to them coming out with the twist yarn, and I like it. I just don't really care for singles very much. So I'm really interested to see what the twist is like, and I don't know, it's just really gorgeous. So I think I'm gonna do another fade. I'm crazy, I know. I'm making myself finish this one first before I even contemplate doing another one. And quite honestly, I have 2 other shawls that have been on the needles for, I don't know, like a year. So I should probably work on those, but they may get frogged too. I don't know. One last work in progress I've been working on, which is also, I just had a lot of messes today. I can't untangle that either, so. Anyway, there you are. These are my experimental socks, which if you've seen on Instagram, I've posted about these. First of all, lots of things here that I don't normally do. I don't normally do toe up, and if you can see, my toes still look a little pointy weird on the ends. I mean, like, they're not bad, and I think it'll look better on my feet because they usually do. It stretches it out, but it's a little strange. So again, doing 2 at a time. These are actually on a 2.5 millimeter, which I have never knit my socks on 2.5 before. I take that back. I had one pattern pair that was 2.5, but it needed it because of the pattern, and actually called for it in the pattern. So I thought because the Patons Croix is a bit thicker that I would use a bigger needle, and so I wasn't really sure how many stitches to do. So I started out doing 60. Well, I worked my way up to 60. And you can see I got to about here. You can actually physically see it. And I tried it on, I thought, ugh, this just seems a little bit wide. So I went back down to 56 stitches, and now I'm continuing on 56. And I have several inches left to go before I get to the toe, before I get to the heel. So I'll throw in a heel and then work my way up the leg. I probably will not get these done this month either. You know, I really set out to be doing, you know, multiple pairs of socks a month, but now I'm kind of feeling like it's a little stressful. It's stressful not starting on the day that you want to start. You have to wait until the 1st, and it's stressful, trying to get done by the end of the month. And quite honestly, I just want to knit what I want to knit. So we'll see if I get 12 pairs for me done or not. If I don't, I know for sure between Glenn's and my socks, I'll definitely get 12 pairs done. Yeah, that's just kind of how I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling like working on my fade, so I'm working on my fade. Also, I'm not just randomly starting a new project, so for me, that's pretty good. And really quite a good goal, I think, to finish some, I thought my wine fell over, to finish some things before I start other things. So, I'm gonna go into a little bit more detail. So this is my mermaid bag that I made for myself. I did make 2. I do have to tell you guys that make bags all the time that you're amazing, because this is a pain in the butt. I don't know how many of you may have just made a bag or 2 randomly, but it's a lot of work. Also, I made more work than it should have been because without reading the full directions or thinking about it, and I couldn't remember from the last time I made bags, I put interfacing on my lining. Nothing wrong with that. It's a bit sturdier feeling. Certainly doesn't hurt anything, but it was just another step I didn't need to do. So if anyone has any great tips for like making this a quicker process, that'd be great. But the way I do it, I iron all my fabric, then I cut out my pieces, then I cut my interfacing, then I iron on my interfacing, and then I have to sew it together. But it's just, for me, it's a long process, but it does look cute. I looked and looked and looked. I did not really want to use the cartoon mermaid fabric. I really wanted to find something with just sort of mermaids on it, but I couldn't find anything at my Joann's. So this is what I settled on, and I thought that the aqua color here, light blue, whatever you want to call that, really matches the, let's see, I'll show you my socks. Really matches the light blue of the sock really well. And then, you know, her orange hair, and it's hard to see in this, but you can really see it in the skein. There's that big pop of orange there. And then this just kind of reminds me of like seaweed, like looking down at seaweed through the ocean. And again, I have that pink fabric on the inside with the little anchors, and there is quite a bit of pink in this, if you'll see. So, I don't know, it doesn't match 100%, but I like it, and I'm glad I made one for myself. And it's cute. So, that took me all morning, really, just doing 2 bags. So, like I was saying, those people that do sew bag after bag, I really don't know how you do it. I mean, obviously it takes you a long time, I assume. But you're also probably more efficient than I am. Also, I'd like to find a good drawstring bag tutorial. I feel like that might be easier, but maybe I'm kidding myself. Alright. So I do have some acquisitions this week. And I will say I bought some yarn, but it's not for me. So this is a skein of Yarn Cafe Creations. So orangey. I say the color on the screen isn't perfect. It's showing up a little more neon than it is in person, and a little bit darker. My lighting's just really bad. There you go. See lots of pops of pink, this beautiful teal and green. It's just gonna be gorgeous when it's knit up. This is called pumpkin carving. So like I said, I bought yarn, but it's not for me. This is going in the mail as a gift to someone who I'm not gonna say. And hopefully they're surprised. Here's another mermaid party. I'm seriously just in love with this color. Like, I could buy this color for the rest of my life and knit it. I'm not even kidding. It's just perfect. Like, I wouldn't say this teal and blue is my favorite color, but it's a great neutral, I guess. And all of these pops of color, like as you're knitting this, you see the little specks and speckles, whatever you want to call them, just pop, and oh, it's so beautiful. So I made this one as a gift also, going out in the mail soon. Actually, I'll probably send it whenever I send the prize, because I'm not good at getting to the post office. This one was a gift. I actually got this for Valentine's Day and I forgot to show it. This was from Glenn, and it's another Blue Moon Fiber Arts Socks That Rock. This is the medium weight, kind of like a sport weight, and the color is called, the shop in Canada Beach where he gets this and where I've gotten my yarn before is called Coastal Yarn. So this is their signature color, which is really cool. I'm not really sure why this is their signature color, but I like it. So it has this pop of orange. It's got, it's hard to tell. There we go. But that is like a green. Goes into a light blue, into this cream. And it's just beautiful. There, maybe that's easier to see. So I'm looking forward to knitting that up, but I don't have any specific plans for what it's going to be or when I'm going to knit it up. And then I won something so exciting. David from the Dog Dare contest, hello, and thank you so much. This is absolutely gorgeous. So I won one of the contests that he did on his podcast, and this is the Dog Star Knits Triple Dog Dare color that they did a collaboration for. So here is Here's the label. There's the Dog Star Knits logo, which is so cute. The Dog Dare podcast collaboration. And again, it's called Triple Dog Dare. And this is a 75/25. So I don't know if this will end up being a shawl, because it'd be a beautiful neutral for a shawl, or if it's gonna be socks, but it's absolutely gorgeous. It's super soft, and I can't thank you enough. Seriously, thank you so much. It's awesome. And I have, well, I guess technically I have two more. So this, I did actually buy, I'll cover up the price tag. It's a Morocco sock, 75/25. And you can see it's black, white, gray, green, blue, purple, really pretty colors. And the reason I bought this is because one of the local to me shops, Homespun Quilts, which is in Astoria. Here you can see that, I think. They just started carrying yarn. They've been a fabric and quilt shop for, I'm gonna say it was like 5 years or something, maybe longer. I didn't even know the shop existed until I actually heard an ad on the radio that said they were gonna have yarn. So I had to check it out, and I really just wanted to buy something. So this will be socks for Glenn. So even though I did buy something, it's still not for me. So I'm doing pretty good with that. And last but not least, some crinkling. I got my Row 1 yarns, which I absolutely love. So this is the March one. You can see my stitch marker is a 4-leaf clover. And get my list out. So these are so beautiful. I don't remember the dyer, but I'm really excited because this actually has a lot of Stellina yarn. Oh yes, Anzula. By Anzula, I think it's Anzula Fibers. Yes, Anzula Luxury Fibers. And I've gone over it before, but I'll tell you again. So you get a little write-up on whoever the dyer is each month, followed by all the colorway names that you get. And one thing that I really like about this is that each little ball of yarn is labeled also, so you know exactly what color it is in case you want to go buy more. It's very easy to find out what color. So this is called Mariana, and like I told you, tons of Stellina, which is so pretty. So I'm gonna have some sparkle in my blanket whenever I finally start working on that again. I've been so bad. Well, you know, there's only so much time, and you have to work on what you work on, I guess. This one's called Gumball. Gumball. That's really cute. Pinks and blues and whites. It's raining out. So yeah, like I said, lots of Stellina in this one. Nothing that's really like jumping out at me as, you know, favorite colors or anything. Oh gosh, how funny. This one I pulled out, it's called Fiona. That's pretty perfect. So like I said, nothing that's really jumping out, but these will be some great, not as crazy colors, because God knows when I pick out my yarn colors, they're pretty crazy. And a lot of my minis are crazy, so it's nice to have something a little more neutral, I guess. I'm not very neutral. Yeah, and then I got a little shamrock pin too. So I'll have to put that on a bag, I suppose. Although I can't remember who it was. Somebody was showing that their bag got all rusty behind where they had their pin, so I really don't want that to happen. All right, so, oh, you know what else? I keep forgetting to mention this because I've been doing it for a while and I have to pull this up on my phone because I won't remember everything I want to say otherwise. But I've really been enjoying some audio podcasts lately. And when I like to listen to them is when I'm driving in the car. And the great thing about iTunes is that you can listen at 1.5 times speed and it's not crazy fast, like you can still understand it. And so you get through more podcasts in less time. So one of the ones that I really am enjoying right now is the Knit More podcast. Let me see if I can show this. Not really. Really not really. There we go. Knit More podcast. And the Knit More girls are Jasmine and Gigi, or Gigi, I think is how she says it, but I don't have an accent, so I say Gigi. But they're a mother-daughter team, and they're really hilarious, and I like listening to them. They also have some really good information. And the other nice thing about listening to the audio podcast when you watch podcasts is that you don't necessarily have to see it all. You know, you've seen someone's Find Your Fave before, you have the general idea, and then you can just kind of hear them talk about, you know, tips and tricks, and they always got some good things, good advice and whatnot. The other one I'm really enjoying is, oh, that's not showing up at all. There we go, kind of. I hope you can read that. The Yarniacs podcast, and I really enjoy that one, and I'm forgetting the name of that's Gail and Charlene, and I really like listening to them as well. They have a lot of knit-alongs as well too, which I'm enjoying participating in. And there's a couple others, but those are the two that I'm really liking. I thought that initially an audio podcast for knitting would be sort of difficult to follow along with, but I really do like it. I would say the one bad thing about listening in the car is that you can't just, you know, hit pause and go look something up, not without crashing anyway. So sometimes I forget to look something up when I wanted to, but other than that, it's absolutely great. What else? Oh yeah, so like I said, I'm in my house today. I was at Glenn's, but I had to come home for some work related stuff, which is also why I'm semi-dressed up. Work has been busy, but it has slowed down a little bit for me, and yeah, I can't think of anything too crazy going on, which is good. I can handle not crazy. I'm just enjoying my knitting, enjoying the time off I have. I will say it is getting nicer out here on the Oregon coast, although I just told you it's raining. It is getting nicer because I'm sort of getting that urge to go do yard work. Not that I enjoy yard work, but just it needs to get done. So I've been doing some of that. I just put a bunch of grass seed down in my front yard, and I haphazardly did it. So I hope that it grows, and I hope that, you know, my yard will look okay. But like I said, it's not my favorite thing to do. So again, thank you all for tuning in and watching, and I forgot to say at the beginning, but if you've watched before, thank you for coming back. And if this was your first podcast, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click subscribe, then you will be reminded whenever I post a new podcast. And yeah, hit like if you liked it. Don't hit unlike if you don't, because I don't know, it's just mean. Anyway, you can do it if you want, I don't care. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Look forward to my winner announcement coming up in approximately a week. Get your socks entered. Bye guys.